I'm better than you, and you know
it. What is up, guys? Welcome back to Wrestling Crossroads. As always, I am one half Dana McDowell, twisted alongside Brother Pyro.
What up, y'all?
And we are covering AEW's Worlds End. This is our last coverage of 2024 before we move into 2025. Are you ready for this? To go into what is our, third year fully broadcasting?
Right. Oh my god.
Yeah.
This is our second year? We started, technically we're on season 3?
We're technically on season 3, yes.
So yeah, this would be we're literally 2025 will be our third year going from January to...
Yep.
January to... December, thank you. My god, why am I brain farting?
From beginning to end.
Beginning to end of the year, almost immediate. Oh my god. I didn't even think we made it to year 3 at this point.
Yep.
I genuinely...
We made it to year 3, and come Mania, we hit season 4.
Oh my god, where has the time gone?
You're telling me.
It doesn't feel like it's been that long.
No. It really doesn't.
Yo. And to think of everything we have coming for us, professional wrestling-wise and personally,
yes,
going into 2025 is
insane. Baby Crossroads turns 2.
2?
My god.
Our baby turns 4.
Mm-hmm.
3, 4, whatever.
Technically, the entirety of the podcast is 3 years old, so...
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. Our baby turns 3. Baby Crossroads is 2.
Yeah.
What?
You didn't come to realize that,
no!
Did you?
Honestly, I feel like I've just been going through the motions with it, and, I don't feel like I'm truly appreciating this for what it is,
Well, let's also say this before we do get into this. As of, since this is our last one for the end of the year, I want to read our
recap.
I want to do our achievements first, and then I will go into our year-end recaps, which will also be posted on our Instagram and our Twitter. So, our podcast downloads, we are right now sitting at 1,805. We only need 695 more to hit our next goal. Episodes published.
Dude, honestly, I know, Buzzsprout gives us 2,500 for... Honestly, it's going to be a big-ass milestone when we hit 2K.
Yep.
And you know it.
Oh, yeah.
Don't get me wrong.
For us, yeah.
2,500 is going to be huge, but the fact that we are under 200 to hit 2,000 downloads in 3 years.
Yeah, that's
insane. I still want to know. I still want the answer to this, though.
Yes.
The guy that earlier this year legit listened to 3 years worth of episodes.
We had that twice this year.
In a freaking weekend.
We had that twice this year.
I need to know who y'all are, because, honestly, again, dude, talking growth, we started the merch line.
Yeah.
I want to personally send y'all shirts or something, a sticker, something to show you we appreciate you. Mm-hmm. Because holy cow, that is dedication.
So, episodes published, we have published 144 episodes since we started.
It doesn't feel like it's been that.
We need 106 more to hit 250 published episodes. Now, talking about our recap, yes, thanks to Buzzsprout, which is what we publish on, we do get a backtrack in our years. So, we grew 40% this year.
And that's insane growth for anything.
We published 55 episodes this year. That does...
Not include these two.
That does not include these two currently, but that also, kind of takes away the number that we would have had because of all of our technical difficulties that we were having.
Honestly, we should be at 60.
We averaged 1.6 episodes per week.
That's not bad, actually.
Our most popular city, thank you to Lindsay, Ontario, Canada.
Oh, for 100... Canada.
for 112 downloads this year.
Yo, the fact that our biggest city isn't even the city that we're living in.
Nope. Next up comes Waukesha, Wisconsin at 53. Our consistent listeners in Germany, I do not want to botch the city that you guys live in.
Do your best.
No, I'm not even going to try. So 44 downloads from you guys. Milwaukee, Wisconsin has 42, and Las Vegas, Nevada at 39. We have... Yeah, no.
Frankfurt am Main?
Yeah, exactly. I didn't want to try to botch it. We have 12 countries. United States being the top one. Our top episodes are our Elimination Chamber from 2024, our AEW Revolution recap of 2024, WrestleMania 40 Night 2 recap, AEW Worlds End 2023 recap. So the one that we're covering right now, our one from last year, is a very popular one, and our Royal Rumble of 2024. So, and overall, the picture that you guys will be seeing, we've had 949 downloads this year, 55 episodes published. We are in 12 countries, and we have put out 1.97K, so 1,000 minutes. Our growth has been absolutely amazing this year, and I'm so proud of like where we've come, because we got to see the ones from past years, thanks to Buzzsprout, and to see our incline and everything, it has been truly amazing.
I'm happy that it's an incline and not a decline.
Yes. I don't see us declining.
Honestly,
really.
I'd even be okay if we plateaued, as long as we don't start losing.
Right. So did you want to start us off today?
No, I told you could.
Okay. So opening up the show, at least what we feel will open up the show, Mercedes Moné takes on Kris Statlander for the TBS Championship. Now, you guys know that, you know, there's times where Brother Pyro and I can watch, and there's times where we can't. We do our best to still cover everything, so we did get a little bit of cliff notes.
Thank you, Hex and Desario, for, giving us our recaps.
Yes. Because this has just been a very hard product to watch, unfortunately, but we still like to cover it for you guys until pretty much this goes down like another brand that we knew. Pew! Plateau. All the way down.
Oh, you gotta take a shot at WCW.
Because the one time I typed AEW into my computer, it wanted to autocorrect it to WCW.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, I think it's trying to tell me something. Anywho, so Statlander turned face immediately after her feud with Willow Nightingale. No explanation.
I guess she's like split ways with Stokely and...
Yeah. She had a good match with Moné, but she did lose at Full Gear. We remember that. She talked about needing to make amends with things after losing, challenged Penelope Ford, won, and then was challenged by Moné for a rematch. We also know that Moné no longer has her bodyguard in her corner after the Full Gear pay-per-view. She kind of said, I'm quitting. Looking at our
They made her a shell of her former self anyway.
Looking at our predictions, because I don't think she's doing anything, right? No? Okay.
They literally did nothing but make her a bodyguard, which is disappointing because I will say time and time again, Camille is a top-tier woman's talent.
Hey, that's great, but I know she's also injured with the arm, right? Or is that storyline?
I think that may just be storyline.
Okay.
I could be wrong.
Going into our predictions, we have Hex and Cauldron that have gone for Statlander, and me, you, and Desario going Moné. I could care either way of how this goes.
I know you don't genuinely care. Personally, I think they build towards Camille versus Moné. And honestly, with the match coming up at Dynasty next month, you want to build Moné into a momentum-building spot. And you can't, and that only being like 2 weeks or a week away, it can't be her losing tonight.
All right, then take us into our next match.
Continental semifinal, Okada versus Ricochet. I was unaware of the announcement made. They did announce that the top tier, top person for the blue brand would take on the second place person from the gold and vice versa. So, our first of two semifinal matches. Okada versus Ricochet. personally, I would have been okay with this being, or the semifinal match being originally Ricochet and Ospreay, and then Okada Fletcher.
Mm-hmm.
But whatever, however it makes sense to them. I just know this tournament has been super good.
Mm-hmm.
I've caught the highlights. Immediately just going straight into our predictions. We have Ricochet, for myself, you, and Cauldron, Okada for Hex, and Desario. Oh my god, why am I so spacey right now?
Because it's you.
Okay, but you know I'm never this bad.
Touche.
Usually you're my space cadet.
Yeah. I can't even say anything. Yeah.
You can't even argue with it. But, honestly, I'm just predicting a really good match because all 4 of these men that have made it to the semifinals have put in the work.
Mm-hmm.
And I can genuinely see it just being 2-3 absolute great matches.
Mm-hmm. All right. Going into our next match, we have the Dynamite Diamond Ring. MJF defends against Adam Cole.
Now, this is usually an episode of Dynamite type thing.
Yeah, but this feud and this rivalry has been so much bigger than just an episode of Dynamite.
Yes.
If you guys don't remember, a couple years ago, I think...
It's been about a year and a half now.
So about a year and a half ago, MJF and Adam Cole were the best of friends. They won the ROH tag titles, ended up losing them earlier in the night due to Adam Cole being injured. Yep. And then MJF also having a match later that night for his AEW championship. Lost that one, if I'm not mistaken. To Samoa Joe. Adam Cole coming out and pretty much saying, I'm the one that is stabbing you in the back.
I'm the one that screwed you.
Because I knew you were going to eventually do it to me.
And honestly, going into the build, I think it was this past week.
Yeah. Or
the week before, MJF really did state, look, going into it, I didn't really care. I was just doing it because I was told I had to. Then I did start to care. And honestly, I have full intent on double-crossing you last year. You just kind of beat me to the punch.
I love the comment that he made about the fact that Adam Cole's dentist is no longer seeing him.
Playing into the real life. I was like, yo, this man did not just go there.
His real life former relationship with Britt Baker, yeah. MD.
I was going to say, if you're going to bring up her name, you're going to do it right.
Oh, shush. Unanimously, we are all going Adam Cole for this.
Honestly, I think it's just... The payoff is so much bigger if you have Adam Cole over in the storyline that really was 2 years in the making.
And another thing is, I see this building to something bigger, and
It needs to build to something bigger for Adam Cole.
It should. And even if they end up, across the ring because of this building into something bigger again, I wouldn't be mad about it. No. Those men can put on phenomenal matches.
Honestly, last year, all in Wembley, when they had their one-on-one match for the world title.
Yes.
My God, was that a fantastic match.
Even though they were, quote-unquote best friends behind the scenes, at that time, yeah, it was absolutely.
It was such a good match.
All right, our next match.
Going into the next match, Tijuana Street Fight, Women's World Title, Mariah May, Thunder Rosa. Let me see how we got here. Thunder wanted a title match because Mariah kept making snide comments about Thunder's dad. A Tijuana Street Fight was announced, as well as Thunder's dad is going to be at ringside. Okay, so this is really just personal and you, essentially.
Yeah, essentially.
And honestly, I'm not mad about it, because I do love me a good grudge match. Going into our predictions.
Yes.
Almost unanimous. Cauldron being the odd one out.
Which is somewhat fairly rare for him.
We all have Mariah May taking the dub, and Cauldron, obviously, odd one out, picking Thunder Rosa. I do love that.
Oh, yes, Cesario's reasoning.
Yes.
Please.
So, this match will be bloody, but no one believes Mariah May is losing the title, especially not with Toni Storm just coming back, because eventually they're going to build to that. Speaking of Toni Storm...
I don't understand the gimmick.
You have never understood either of her gimmicks. And the fact that she is really... And I'm hoping this is Tony Khan finally having a great creative cap on, because her treating timeless Toni Storm like it was a fever dream and didn't actually exist has been fucking brilliant, dude. It
looked like a fever dream anytime it was on my TV.
Exactly. So if we, the fans, felt that way, and now the person that did the gimmick is treating it as such, we're not getting treated like we're stupid like normal. This is actually brilliant writing.
I don't think it's Tony Khan. I think it's honestly Toni Storm.
I don't care who it is. Thank you for giving us entertainment when it comes to this. But yeah, no, eventually they're going to build back to that rematch where Toni Storm actually captures the title as
It'll be
Toni
her
Storm.
First championship.
To the wrestling fans,
it'll be 4.
It'll be 4. To Toni Storm in her own brain, it'll be the one. And it's funny because...
Watch her come out as Timeless Toni Storm once they do this rematch.
Oh my god, I'd cry. Because, no, let it die. Let it die.
Let it die, let it die. Let it shrivel up and cry.
No, and it's funny because we're talking Timeless Toni Storm. I was out with a friend a week ago, and she has a coffee mug that reads, chin up, tits out. That's all it reads. Not a wrestling fan, unaware
that it has to do with Timeless Toni Storm.
Yeah, or what it was is I went to go visit a friend at work, and one of his coworkers had it. So I laughed, and she asked me what, so I was like, so this is what it reminds me of, gimmick, me being a pro wrestling fan. Explained it to her, and she laughed. She's like, all right, I need to see this. So I pull it up on YouTube, and she starts dying, and she's like, that is my whole spirit animal right there.
Yeah, well, now it's a fever dream. So sorry to
all
disappoint.
Right, let's go into the next match.
Next match, Continental Classic semifinals, the secondary semifinals match. Kyle Fletcher versus Will Ospreay. Again, Brother Pyro explained how we got here. Kind of a recap.
Winner, top of the Gold League takes on second place of Blue League and vice versa. I genuinely feel like this should have been the finals match given the story that is there.
I called that it would have been.
Right, me and you were both saying that that's what they were building towards, and now we got it in the semifinals.
And now we don't get that because he wanted to be special.
Whatever.
However, going into predictions...
All of us chose Ospreay, aside from Hex.
I was going to say, not all of us.
I know. I was really hoping that I could have written Ospreay really big like I did for Adam Cole, but no. Hex wanted to be the odd woman out and go.
Hex wanted to be different.
You were going to read something for Desario.
Oh no, I love that he referred to Kyle Fletcher as Team Randy Orton. It was like he doesn't even have Kyle Fletcher written in him sending the message to give his predictions. Team Randy Orton versus Ospreay. Ospreay wins. That is how it is written.
I love that.
I do
everything
too.
About
honestly, that. If you're gonna give us, and I'm hoping it is really just a story-based final. Your next biggest story coming out of this is Ricochet and Ospreay.
Yes.
The how did Desario put it? Okada versus the man that gravity forgot, or that charisma forgot. Because honestly, since his jump to AEW, Ricochet has not been as charismatic. He's not been as exciting to watch, and he actually has the X-Pac heat. Again, explaining this to somebody that a really good friend of mine last night while I was at work.
Yeah.
He's a great talent, don't get me wrong, but no.
Yeah. All right. Our next match.
Also, that man really did just get cooked by a fan on Twitter.
Okay, the last thing I heard about anything Ricochet said was when it popped up on my Facebook timeline that he told Swerve, "That's why you no longer got a house."
All right, but he also has made comments on Twitter talking about how, because fans are upset that Samantha Irvin is at home, and his response was, "Well, who else is going to make me a sandwich when I need one?"
Oh, I want to beat him.
And again, the fact that he really referred to a fan as broke boy, and then that fan cooked him. Like when I say cooked, hold on, let me find this real quick, because this is absolutely hilarious. There it is.
Okay.
You work once a week, which gives you 6 days to work on your promos, and you still can't cut one on X. Broke boy also isn't very initiative, same old-ish. Nothing original inside his broke-ass head. Ha ha. Shut up. That's why you had to work on Christmas, broke boy. Just for the record, I was off on Christmas like my TV when you were wrestling.
Damn.
Bro, Ricochet got cooked.
Ain't nobody care.
Yeah, no. Like, Tony Khan has really made you not care about Ricochet. And part of that, I think, is you really made his first feud signing with your company, Will Ospreay.
Yeah.
His first big feud, Will Ospreay. What are you thinking, my guy? Ospreay, probably your most over talent right now. Like, the crowd's behind him. The fans are sold on Ospreay in AEW. Ricochet jumping ship from WWE. Great, we know who he is if you're not super tribalistic. We know who you are. We care about who you are. But your biggest mistake was trying to make them both baby faces and pit them against each other.
Yeah, no. And then the fact that he's
and Ricochet really doesn't work as a heel.
And then the fact that he was like trying to maneuver his way into the newly formed Hurt Business, and then they were just like, "Yeah, no."
Whoa. MVP did give him a business card.
Yeah.
And then he came out and he tried, and he was like, "Well, yeah, pretty much offers off the table. Go away." But now going into our next match, International Championship, Takeshita defends against Powerhouse Hobbs. Hobbs on his relentless, I want the Don Callis family to die because they essentially forgot about me and treated me like I was nothing.
They forgot about him. I mean, I kind of feel the same way too.
I mean, most of us fans kind of forget about him because he's always fucking injured.
I didn't.
But anyway, going into our predictions, Cauldron picked Hobbs. You went undecided, and the rest of us chose Takeshita. I know why I chose Takeshita. It was the same reason Desario did.
Mm-hmm.
And that being just the fact that, going into Dynasty, there's a title. He's announced for a title versus title match. You don't have him, and again, that's in like a week.
Yeah.
You don't have him, cool off now. You don't have him drop that title. It would really make no sense to announce title versus title and then only having the one title. This honestly with Hobbs being back from injury and everything else going on, there really hasn't been a lot of build behind him.
And what did I say when we were talking about this? I would love to go Hobbs, but the fact that he is always injured makes me want to lean the other way. However, I could care less about the international.
You don't this match right now. You really don't care about.
Yeah. Going into our next match, we have the Continental Classic Finals. So instead of us picking kind of who we thought is going to be matched up in the finals, we did pick who we think is going to win overall. So we have Hex, who has chosen Fletcher. All the rest of us go Ospreay.
So, and it's funny because I'm going back, I'm looking at everything. For the Continental Finals, she has Fletcher, no reason. Cauldron, Ospreay, no reason. I'm loving Desario right now.
Yes.
Okada, Ospreay for his finals. Going Ospreay, this match will be great, but unfortunately for Okada, his aura from New Japan has disappeared since coming to AEW.
Which you've even said.
Oh, yeah, no, and then going into all of, by the way, giving his reasonings or whatever. Sorry for the long rant. I'm just sick of this company's shit. I called him immediately after, and I was like, way to just dump on him entirely. And he's like, dude, well, it's hard. Like, and he broke down
It's a hard product to watch.
He's like, it's a hard product to watch. It's not really consistent. He gave me his reason and breakdown, which, whatever, cool, to each their own. Thank you for providing those reasons, by the way, Desario.
You've even said the same thing.
But, like,
it's harder to watch.
It's so much harder to watch. And the fact that, like, if you look, you're trying to chase that stadium build going into the future. They've canceled Australia.
Yeah.
They
fully canceled it now? I thought they just diminished.
No, from what I hear, talking to Desario,
okay. They canceled
Australia's just not happening.
Okay.
They're not selling the tickets that they once were. I was there 2 months ago.
Yeah.
And I showed you what that looked like.
Yep.
That stadium was more than half empty. Like, they're not getting the revenue that they want to anymore.
Didn't Desario say that come next year, there's like, once the summer hits, there's no ticket sales going out anymore? Like, there's nothing past a certain month?
I don't think so.
I remember him saying something like that when we went to SmackDown. Yeah. I'll see if we can get a direct quote from him.
The fact
from what he was
that,
saying.
last night was the final Rampage ever.
Yeah.
In a year span, they've canceled Dark,
Yep.
Dark Elevation, and now Rampage. Collision isn't doing well. Dynamite isn't doing well.
Yeah, no. At this point, it's falling down a cliff.
And it's unfortunate because they have a stacked roster. They have the talent.
They don't know how to use it.
It's the booking the booking of this talent that is really killing them, and it sucks.
Right. That's why I said they don't know how to use it.
But all right, go. Is it me or you?
This is you. You get our main event.
I got the main event 4-way for the world title. I don't exactly know how we got here. Neither Hex nor Desario gave us the cliff notes on how we got all 4 men in this.
I mean, we know the rivalry is 2-2, and then I think Hangman just kind of wants to be back in the championship picture. And Jay White is like, if you're going to be there, guess what? I'm going to be there because I'm on grass.
All right, so
I'm going to assume that's how we got here.
Going into predictions, and then I'll read. All but Cauldron have chosen Jon Moxley.
I just gave a name to give a name.
It makes sense, though, that you have Moxley.
I don't see him dropping it. That's all.
He just won it. I don't see him dropping it anytime soon. Plus, you got to think long-term booking. You need the right person to really take it off of him. Cauldron with Orange Cassidy. I'm going to read the Desario.
Yes.
This overbooked, convoluted match is the prime example of what is wrong with AEW. Plus, why isn't Moxley in jail for attempted murder on live TV? Why, if he and his group are so dangerous, he wins a match a couple weeks ago with all these people with a roll-up, then runs away with his crew. Make it make sense. Still going Mox, though, because the other options aren't as good. Right now, anyway. Storyline, they really aren't.
I mean, I agree wholeheartedly with Desario at this point. Like, I don't understand. Are they... At this point, it's more or less, is this a wrestling show or is this another game of Saw on TV? Because that's what it's starting to look like.
Honestly.
And just for this to be on TV and you wanting to get the people in to watch your product that you're not going to get them by violence after violence after violence. That gets the casual fan for the one moment because not a lot of products that are on TV have the blood like you can offer. But if you do this every single week, you're going to make your usual fan, the one that is even hardcore dedicated, no longer care about your product. What? Did I nail it on the head with that? Oh, you're looking for something.
Oh, you know I am. MJF versus Adam Cole fighting over jewelry. Please make the story be done with. It's been almost a year and a half plus odd choice body shaming Adam Cole on live TV. That will get him over. That will get him over with the casual audience. Oh, wait. They don't have a casual audience.
They don't. At this point, they really don't. They have nothing. They have their hardcore fans, and then you're no longer gonna hear about these the hardcore fans once they go down the toilet. And it's sad to say it because originally this was such a good product.
It was. And my thing is them, signing that deal with Warner Brothers or whatever to get on Max, because Tony Khan will never let us live it down. He also lets us get that that's a thing.
Whatever. I don't care.
It's, like I said, I had such high hopes for AEW. I was so excited when they announced it.
I know you were.
And
because it's another form of wrestling.
For it to just go as far downhill as it has been.
Yeah.
Makes me really sad as a wrestling fan.
I wholeheartedly agree. So that does conclude AEW Worlds End, and at this point, that is AEW's world ending. Haha, haha, I punnied. Haha. Oh, shut up, you know it was funny. You know it was funny. Anything else you'd like to say before we kind of cut off here?
No.
We hope you had a wonderful holiday, and we will see you at least once.
Joyous Kwanzaa, Happy Hanukkah, Merry Christmas.
Holiday. We're just going to all put it together.
All of that fun snaz.
So, we're glad you had a happy holiday if you did. Aside from that, we'll see you and hear from you at least once before the end of the year. And we hope you guys have a wonderful 2025 as we hope to as well. And with that, we are out. Laters.